Save Barton Farm, save Winchester! Let's show the council what we think!
It's okay.
Well, I hope today's march will get the message across very clearly that the City Council's presumption in favour of building on Barton Farm has got to come to an end. At the moment, there doesn't seem to be any option on the table other than building on Barton Farm. The protections that used to be in place when it was described as a reserve site seem to be at risk of being removed. And what I hope today's march does is demonstrate very clearly to the people making these decisions that it's got to stop, it's got to change, we've got to have a proper plan that looks at all the options and doesn't assume that the only thing we should be doing is building on our green fields.
We're here because of a consultation process last year. Our council, and remember this is our council, decided the solution to all Winchester's housing and economic needs is to build 2,000 houses at Barton Farm as part of its... We are here because this was the consultation where the options were build on Barton Farm and a few green spaces, or build on Barton Farm and every green space around the city. I don't think that's right.
No!
We are here because there was no third option. Because our council, or certainly some of the leadership, have an agenda to make Winchester an economic powerhouse in the south and damn the consequences. But don't just take my word for it. In this week's Chronicle, it was reported that Carla Homes have started the process again. But the council leadership had not even consulted with all the councillors. One city councillor quoted in the Chronicle said, "This is a vital local question and I am appalled that the council has started work with Carla Homes on a planning application without informing all local councillors." That is simply not good enough. This is all about developer profits and certain individual local political ambition. And the last 6 months has shown us that money and power is not a good mix. Our council think they can get away with this, so we are here to demonstrate and show the council our strength of feeling. And actually, they should listen to the people of Winchester for a change. We want our city council to have a proactive, long-term vision for Winchester.
I'm from here, this is my home. I'm bringing up a young family here, my daughter was born up the road, I will live here regardless of what happens to me. I choose to live here because I love Winchester. I've never believed 2,000 homes on that site would be a good idea for Winchester, for the people that live here now, or the people that would live here in those houses. I've never believed 2,000 houses anywhere on the edge of Winchester would be good, because there comes a point when a city has had enough, and maybe Winchester is at that point. For me, and I drive past it every day and I walk the dog round it, Barton Farm is part of that landscape setting. It is part of what allows Winchester to breathe as a city, and that goes for it and all the other green rings around this city. A huge amount of space in the centre of the city is used with flat surface car parks. There was recently a proposal to build a multi-storey car park at the station. Why isn't it that the city was talking to them about, for example, the use of the Cattle Market car park and saying, we'll do a deal with you, but don't just go up 2 stories, go down 5, and then we can be building in the centre rather than building on our green fields.
I've been very, very pleased to be a part of this morning. I think this group of people and this march sends a very powerful message to my colleagues on the council.
Dogs for Barton Farm. Quite agree. Yeah. Oh yes, please. Yeah.
Listening to 4 politicians tests anybody's tolerance levels on a Saturday morning. We've seen a change, just simply over a 10-year period,
in it being difficult and harder to move around the city. There's more congestion. If you catch the train to London, it's busier. If you try to see your doctor, it takes longer. If you try to get your children into school, you may not get the school of your choice. The quality of life in this city has actually deteriorated in the last 10 or so years. And you suddenly realise that you're just a 10-year span of centuries of individuals, and that each of those individuals has a duty as guardians of this city to protect it.
CPRE are determined to save our green fields and our farmland for food, and they want to save anywhere that's a history of flooding from being built on, because that's devastating for people. And they feel that so much of Hampshire, which was an agricultural county with best quality farmland, is being concreted over. And
what's your personal view about Barton Farm?
My personal view is that I came to Winchester because it was very small. The children could cycle to school, the children could go across the farmland safely, the rights of way across it, they cycled across it, they climbed the trees on it, and now my grandchildren went in their pushchairs, and now the older grandchild cycling across the farm, the younger one scooting across the farm, and the dog walkers love it because it's an open space. But the main thing that I think is wonderful for is old people, because we have a lot of older residents in Winchester. I'm getting to one of them, and they've got a place that's undulating gently. There are flat areas where there's a right of way. The hugely steep areas as well if you're one of the children wanting to go off for a real walk to Kingsworthy. But the older people need peace and tranquility and beauty, and that's what countryside gives us. The main thing is it's a working farm, it's growing crops all the year round, it's ever changing, it's beautiful to look at, and it's one of the green lungs, and with the poppies it's glorious, but it's the green lung of Winchester, and it's one of the green wedges that have been protected for many, many years.
SaveBartonFarm.org. Please lobby your local city and county councillors and parliamentary candidates. Please feel free to take those placards home with you and display them. If you have any questions, speak to one of the marshals in the Green Tabards or any other of the committee members. Also, if you go into our website, we've got a petition, a number 10 petition, Save Winchester. If you log onto the website there, we want to get that petition with thousands of hits, so please do that. So finally, a big thank you for turning up this morning. Give yourselves a round of applause. Finally, let's show this wonderful city of ours how much we appreciate it by giving it 3 loud cheers. So 3 cheers for Winchester. Hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip! Hooray!